In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to create rosters and assign your assessments to your students. In a previous video, I walked through how to create an assessment. I'll link that video up here for you to reference if you haven't done that yet. Once you've created your assessment, you can go through and create rosters manually or import them from Google. Once you click Import Rosters from Google, you'll have a few screens to click through, sign into your Google account, and then give permission for us to pull student IDs from Google so they can log in with single sign-on. Whether you're creating rosters manually or importing them from Google, click through and follow the prompts. If you're creating rosters manually, you'll want to create a roster for each of your class periods. We'll give you an add code for each of your classes to use and send to your students. This code prompts students to create their own account within your roster. It will add them to Period 1, taught by Mr. Finch at Outer Space School in Moonville, California. They'll click through and choose that their school uses Google. If your students have Google email addresses, they'll then be able to sign in with Google Single Sign-On. If your students don't use Google Classroom or Google Emails, then they can click Continue here and they can create a new account. Once students have created their account and click Create My Account either with Google or by manually entering their email, first name, and last name, they will see the assessments you've assigned them. Right now, I've only created one assessment and assigned it. Students can click Start Now to get started. If you've imported your rosters from Google, your students will need to go to InnerOrbit.com, click Login, or you can link them to this login page in Google Classroom or whatever you're using to assign students content. They'll go to Sign In with Google, and that will allow them to sign in to their account and see the assessments you've assigned their class. Once you've imported rosters from Google or created them manually, you'll click the checkbox next to each period to choose who will take the assessment. Clicking the checkbox will assign that assessment to these students. Right now, students in periods 1 and 2 will log into their accounts and see my erosion assessment. Students in periods 3 and 4, if they sign into their accounts, will not see this assessment. What I recommend doing is assigning the assessment the morning before students are going to take it. So if my students in periods 1 and 2 are taking it before lunch, I'll click to assign that, and then after lunch, I can assign it to periods 3 and 4 so they can then take it. When you're assigning your assessments, you can choose between two different options to either show scores to students or hide them. I recommend you use show answers and scores to students if you're using this as a formative assessment and your students and you will go over the answers and questions in class afterwards. Show answers and scores to students allows them to submit their assessment and then see all of the questions and the answers they chose. Don't show scores to students is great for high-stakes testing or any testing where students are receiving a grade and you want to prevent academic dishonesty. Don't show scores to students allows students to submit their assessment and not see what they scored. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime via this chat box right here. You can respond to messages that our bots have sent you or search for a help article to find what you're looking for. Thanks for watching.